This chapter, if you still thought Boku no Hero or Izuku was not a different main male character from the norm, or this series was not different from the norm, I think this episode just did a... Wanna know why? There's one piece of dialogue in this chapter that sets apart this series from so many other shonen I have read. What Todoroki said to Izuku when he said, you shouldn't really, not the exact same words for word, but he says you pretty much shouldn't force your ideals upon others. For instance, what's going on with Kota. You shouldn't force those ideals on others. And for a main male character to have that said to him by one of his friends and stuff, it's very ironic. It's so ironic because so many shonen protagonists have that issue where they force their ideals onto the others, the villains, or anything, and everybody just accepts it because that's the main character. He's trying to change the world, and I mean, that's how it is. He's trying to make, let's say, villains into good guys again, and just different things like that. And when you see how that was said, I really hope Izuku kind of takes that to heart a little bit, and he realizes that you shouldn't force your overall ideals on everybody, because everybody has their own set outlook on life. Everybody does. They look at life differently, and Izuku kind of starting to experience this, it really adds an interesting dynamic to his character that I hope becomes a reoccurring thing. Like, maybe he might not force everything on top of people to try to change, or accept his view on reality. And that's really cool. I love that so much. That was one of the best pieces of dialogue in this chapter. And honestly, that's probably one of the best pieces of dialogue in the entire damn series. Like, one of the fucking best. Definitely top 5. Because if that really does prove to continue on with the series, and Izuku has to learn from that, we have a damn good series. We might have the start of another Hunter x Hunter if it does go down that route. But, I mean, we'll have to see where the manga takes it. But anyways, let's talk about the chapter. So, besides the dialogue, however, the villains are attacking. And a lot quicker than I actually imagined. I did not think the villains would attack this damn early, which goes to show you that Boku no Hero Academia, it's slightly fast-paced for a series. Like, it constantly has these fights and stuff going on in arc, and it surprises you with how, like, one moment you feel like it's going a little bit slow because it's given time to develop characters, but then the next moment pitches it, or puts it into high gear, and you have these fights going on. Now, what was very surprising is that one of our heroes are actually already down, and a bunch of everybody else in the forest is being knocked unconscious thanks to poison or some form of fire, and that's not good at all. That's really not good. And I wonder if a character is going to die in this. Like, I wonder if we'll have a serious character death or anything, because, I mean, let's look at the situation here. All Might is not around. I mean, it was really made point blank in this chapter, like obvious, many times over, that All Might will not be here at all. So, All Might cannot come around to help them out. He won't be there like, fear not, I am here. You remember how he did that in, when the villains first appeared? He can't do that shit. He can't do that epic shit, rip off his fucking tie like a badass and just come in and wreck bitches. It's not gonna be like that. He's not there. So, what is going to happen? Because these villains are pretty damn powerful, like you can see. And also, the girl, I don't remember her name, but am I the only one that thinks she looks like Bane? Like, with the mask, like, with the, like, gas mask on her face. It reminds me so much of that. I'm like, are you what? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, really? So, I just wondered if anyone else noticed that when they were reading this chapter, but let's move on. So, one of the main things to actually look at throughout this entire chapter is, for one, how everybody is starting to improve. Like, so many are starting to improve, or how brutal these classes are because of the training they've been doing. I mean, you have it to where the people that failed the test and got 30 or below, they are doing an insane amount of training. Like, I mean, they're only getting 4-5 hours of sleep. Oh, fuck. I mean, I normally get 4 to 5 hours of sleep, but shit, dude. Like, I mean, when you throw on tedious work on top of that, I mean, having to go running around, doing sprints, running through forests and shit, and then only get 4 or 5, oh, that would fucking suck ass. That would really suck so much ass. That's horrible. And then, you have it to where Tokuyami, he was hinted at least twice in this chapter to be a very important person in this upcoming fight with these villains, because he was talking about his shadow, like he said, like, back channel or something like that. He said something like that, like, twice, and I wonder if Tokoyami is going to be one of the most important characters in this arc. Because, let's think about this. He placed number 3 in the tournament, okay? And this was broad daylight, and he lost to Bakugo. And the only reason why he lost was because it was a bad matchup with Bakugo. Bakugo, he has explosives, so, I mean, it made light everywhere, which weakened Tokoyami's power, and also it was in the middle of the day, so it automatically makes him really weak as well. So what's gonna happen when Tokoyami is in the middle of darkness? It's like fucking midnight right now, and they are attacking. Tokoyami's gonna kick some fucking ass. I cannot wait to see how his dark shadow is in this environment. That's something I want to see so much right now, because Tokoyami has always been one of my personal favorite characters in behind the scenes. Out of everybody, my favorite characters are definitely, besides the main characters, besides the main 3 trio, you know, Bakugo, Todoroki, and Izuku, my favorite characters are definitely Tsuyu, Ochiko, and Tokoyami. They're my favorite. And Momo as well, actually. Momo, that's 4. Those are my favorite characters, and Tokoyami, he is a really interesting character. I've always loved his design. As soon as I first saw him, I instantly pegged him out as going to be a really cool fucking character. And seeing how he might have the main spotlight of this arc, I cannot wait to see it. I really hope the mangaka does a good job with his character, because there's a good opportunity to give him some good character development. But that's about it. That's about it when it comes to this chapter. A hero is down, poisoned in the forest, character might die, and some crazy dialogue from Todoroki. So let me know your thoughts and comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.